It is Encounter with Khalid on FM 91. Joining us, special guest this morning, Senior Manager, PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications One Link, Seema Kaswani. She is a seasoned banking professional, having spent almost 15 years in the financial sector, mainly in product management. She has handled several products across banking divisions such as home remittances, debit, prepaid, and credit card portfolio, bank assurance and marketing, associated with major financial institutions like UBL and Oryx e-Business. She has vast experience in launching various banking products, including the launch of Pakistan's first prepaid Visa card. Prior to her current position at OneLink, she was serving as VP, Senior Product Manager, Bank Assurance at UBL. Joining us this morning to talk about PayPak and the ins and outs, it is Senior Manager, PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications One Link, Seema Kaswani. Seema, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So, I see it normally when I go and do my transactions, and I can see the One Link and I can see the PayPak, but it's often, it as a consumer, as a layman, it's like, wait, what is that exactly? What is PayPak?
Okay, so first starting from OneLink, what is OneLink? And then I'll come to PayPak. So OneLink is basically a switch. In easier words, it connects all the banks together. Yeah. So that's why you see OneLink's logo on the ATMs. So what OneLink does is that, for example, if you take your HBL or any bank's card to any other bank card, ATM, you can do the transaction because it's the one link that connects together. Similarly, if you use your internet or mobile banking applications for the interbanks funds transfer facility, that is also because all of these banks are connected to OneLink. And now just not the banks, but now many fintechs have also, entered this field, and they have also started, you use your mobile number and transfer the funds here and there. So that is also because they are connected with us. So that is what OneLink does mainly. But there are many other products. For example, bill payments as well. There is a brand called One Bill, which is very popular in these days. We have about 1,650 plus billers onboarded with us, and you can use your bank's internet and mobile banking, or their ATMs, or even their branch counters to pay for their bills. So making it life easier for the end consumer is what we do. Now, PayPak is OneLink's owned, and we run this scheme under the guidance of State Bank of Pakistan. We're proud to say that we were the 28th country back in 2016 when we launched PayPak. So Pakistan was the 28th country, and now there are about 60 plus domestic payment schemes in globally. So we are one of those lots, thankfully, in the payment digital side that, from domestic perspective, from security perspective, we decided to come up with this card, which is very secure and, which is only ours, remains in Pakistan, and it's about all Pakistan's related transactions.
So it's for domestic use.
Absolutely.
Correct? So how does this still work? So we get a PayPal card that looks like a debit card, and so we use that card for what does that use for? Yeah.
So right now, for example, if you go to your bank and open up an account, you get a debit card, right? There are Visa cards. You'll see Visa logos. You'll see MasterCard logos. You'll see Union Pay logos, and then you'll see PayPak logos as well.
Correct.
Similar to all those other cards, PayPal card can be used on ATMs, on the POS machines when you shop, and and online as well. So all three segments, like you use your other cards, you can use this card as well. Now, when you said that it's a local, it's just for domestic use, there is certain market that uses their card outside Pakistan as well, which is very small in terms of debit card. Whenever we go outside, we prefer that we use our credit cards outside rather than a debit card. But to cater to that segment as well, what we did was that we came up with a co-badge Union Pay card. So if you go abroad, if you want to use your PayPal card, and if you have a co-badge PayPal card, which is UPI and PayPal, your transactions will go through Union Pay internationally.
Right.
When you use your card here, it will go through PayPak.
And so how do we get the account?
You just go to your bank, open up an account and ask them for your PayPak card.
Okay. And so you have your own sort of accounts debit card, but you can also opt for a PayPak card. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, so it is an account-based card, but it's just that it's a substitute. You should use it as a substitute for Visa and MasterCard, I would say. Okay.
Use it as a substitute for the Visa and MasterCard. Yeah. We've got more questions for Seema from PayPak, from OneLink. And if you have any questions, 0315 111 9191. Any questions, feel free, 0315 111 9191. Good morning. We're talking PayPak this morning. Encounter with Khalid Malik, Senior Manager, PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications, OneLink. Seema Sultan Ali Kaswani. Seema, just before the break, we touched on points like it's a domestic payment scheme and one bill and OneLink and what that is all about. Explain, if you could, the difference between a domestic payment scheme, what is that, as opposed to an international payment scheme?
Okay, so we all know that international payment schemes have been here for a very long time, not just in Pakistan but globally as well. So by default, whenever you go to open up an account, you either get Visa card or a MasterCard, for example.
Right.
And now for a few years you've also seen Union Pay International cards. So these are all international payment schemes that are running globally. Whereas as you compare it to PayPak is completely Pakistani. Even our tagline is Pakistaniyat ka passion. So it's all about whatever transactions you do, they remain in Pakistan. They are safe and secure, and you can use it without even thinking that your data, your transactions are going abroad. Because when you talk about international payment schemes, all your transactions go abroad, all the data goes abroad, and then then you think about your security issues. And these days, as we are very conscious, as a nation, even as youth, that how much is the data, how much of the data is secure. So in that case, PayPak is very safe, and it's even low cost. If you compare the prices of the other cards with PayPak cards in the banks, you'll see that PayPak is less costlier than the other international payment scheme cards.
So with PayPak, whatever transactions you make stay in Pakistan. Within Pakistan, and the data stays within Pakistan.
That's true.
Essentially, that's what you're saying, and hence it's more secure.
Yeah.
And so how does that help the local economy, if it does?
Of course, obviously, if your transactions are not going abroad, you're not paying dollars. For international payment schemes, for every transaction you pay dollars. But with PayPak, you don't pay any. The banks don't have to pay any transactional fee. And even if they have to in future sometime, they'll be in PKR. But as of now, there is no transaction fee for the issuers, even for them to pay to OneLink for PayPak. So it's just the issuance fee that we charge. So that is why I said that it's cheaper than the other cards that are currently available in the market. And by the way, PayPak is the only domestic payment scheme in Pakistan right now.
Online transactions?
Online transactions are there. Yes, we have a lot of merchants online, but we are still struggling, and we are still working on increasing the card base. The merchant base online for e-commerce transactions.
We're talking PayPak. Your questions on 0315 111 9191. It's 10:34 Friday morning, the 4th of November. Encounter with Khalid here on FM 91. Seema Sultan Ali Kaswani, Senior Manager, PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications, OneLink. We're talking about PayPak, and we'll remind you as to how you can get a PayPak card and what is the process. Now, there's something that you call the loyalty program. Can you tell us about that?
So we run a PayPak loyalty program, under which we have two parts. One is the Go Loot Lo, I'm sure you've heard about the GoLootlo. So we have GoLootlo onboarded as one of the alliance partners, and you can access over 25,000 merchants under that. And then recently we GoLootlo has recently signed PIA as well. So through GoLootlo we also have 10% discount on international and domestic flights for our PayPak customers. So all the customer has to do is go on the GoLootlo app, they just put in their PayPak card number and they get the gold membership free of cost. Whereas otherwise you have to pay for their membership.
Got it.
So one is that, and second is the insurance, life insurance part.
Okay.
Which is covered by EFU Life Insurance, and second is by TPL Takaful, one for conventional, other for Islamic. And
this is life insurance talking.
Yeah, so the card holder's life is covered for 100,000 rupees for any kind of death and disability. So even if you have any kind of pre-existing condition, that is also covered. So that's the best part, because this kind of offering from an insurance company is very rarely given proposition actually. But यहाँ पर people are not, they don't take insurances as insurance per se as a cover. They always like to take that as an investment perspective. So we being responsible as well, we thought that PayPak as a domestic payment scheme, and by the way, one of OneLink's core values is respect for Pakistaniyat as well. So being responsible for our citizens also, we thought that it's a good proposition to give life insurance coverage to our cardholders as well.
So again, if you could explain, how does one get a PayPak? And there's a lot of confusion around that, and only because even I was until I met you now. But how does one get a PayPak card? So
it's simple. You just go to your bank branch, and if you have an account, fine. You just go and tell them that you want a PayPak card, against which they will ask you if you want to surrender your existing card,
right?
Or you can have an additional card. Some of the banks, issue multiple cards as well, so you can get that. The other thing is that if you do not have an account, then you go open up an account and ask them for a PayPak card. So it's that simple. But you will have to ask them to give you a PayPak card, because see, mostly we don't use our cards internationally. So again, if we have to use it domestically, then why take an international payment scheme card and send out your data internationally, and then also impacts the economy as well. So that's how PayPak works.
So you go to your bank and just ask for a PayPak card, and they'll issue that for you. You've touched on data a number of times. That data is here in Pakistan, that it's secure. There's a lot of question marks around security in Pakistan when it comes to my data and your data and everyone's data. So what are some of the things that PayPak or OneLink is doing to make sure that security is appropriate?
So see, one, as I said, from PayPak perspective, it's simple that all your transactions remain in Pakistan. They are routed locally, they are settled locally, so whatever you do remains in Pakistan. Only OneLink, processes it, and it's within the Pakistan territory. Other than that, OneLink has, from overall perspective, being a switch, being a connector of all the banks together and all the other financial institutions, we have multiple fraud related, to curb that fraud related, issues as well. We have, for example, fraud risk management system that we give out to our issuers, our banks, and they can use it, and then they can, use it towards detecting any kind of fraud. Either it's on through their platform, or cards used on other banks' platform. So all of that is covered. We even have a prevention mechanism in that. Other than that, for cyber intelligence, we also have a security operations center which is 24/7. So if any threat is coming in, we can update our banks accordingly to be sure of that. So this is one of the OneLink's offering that we extend to the banks as well and members.
We're talking PayPak this morning. Your questions on 0315 111 9191. We're talking PayPak this morning. Joining us from PayPak, Seema Kaswani, Senior Manager. I keep saying Senior Management. Senior Manager, did it again. PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications, One Link. Seema, we've talked quite at length about PayPak and One Link and what it's about. But I really think we need to reinforce and remind. So how many cards are we talking right now out there?
Interestingly, we have about 29% of market share of debit cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we launched back in 2016. So it's not a bad number, but we still feel that there is a lot of room. So we are right now we have about base of about 8.5 million plus, cards in force. By which we mean that either they're active or they can be activated. So a welcome pack sitting in your mailbox and to be activated. Otherwise, issuance is a lot more than that.
Again, to get a PayPak card, what do we need to do?
Just walk to your branch and open up an account if you don't have, and if you do, just ask them to give you a PayPak debit card. They might ask you to replace it with your previous card, whichever you had, or they might just give you a PayPak card as an addition to whatever you have.
And once you get a PayPak card, are you automatically signed to the loyalty program?
No. So basically, there are a few issuers that are currently, participating in this program. So by virtue of them participating, your banks or your issuers participating under this program, you get this loyalty program under which you get Go Loot Lost discount, which is free of cost, and their gold membership, and a life coverage of 100,000 rupees from EFU Life Assurance and TPL Window Takaful.
What are some of the future plans for PayPak?
I think the first and the foremost thing is that we want to increase our e-commerce base now, which we have picked up, but the pace needs to be, because as you know, that youth and we all now after COVID especially rely more on the e-commerce transactions, online shoppings and everything. So we are focusing a lot on that, and we also recently launched and announced introducing our own credit cards, so PayPak credit cards. They're right now not in the market, but obviously we have this collaboration with Euronet and UnionPay International, where now all the issuers can come and start working on the credit card, which is Pakistani credit card. Again, domestic payment, domestic credit card under the name of PayPak. So because you see, we have a very limited credit card market right now in Pakistan, and with this low cost domestic credit card, it's going to be a lot easier for customers to have a credit card for themselves. So
and if we want any further information, please let us know where we can go to get some of that info. If you want any further information,
you can go to our website, which is www.onelink.net.pk, and you can see everything that is offered under PayPak under the cover of PayPak page. It's like on top of the bar. And just one thing that I forgot to mention is that under the loyalty, you also get 10% discount on PIAs, domestic and international schemes in coordination with Go Loot Lost.
That's under the loyalty program. Seema Kaswani, Senior Manager, PayPak Scheme and Marketing Communications, One Link. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
On The Encounter, we are talking PayPak today. Again, the website, if you could just repeat the website one last time.
www.onelink.net.pk, and we're also present at LinkedIn with the name of One Link Private Limited.
Thank you, Seema. That was Encounter with Khalid. It is the end of another week. Do take care this week, wherever you are. We'll catch you Monday morning with the game of Quote Me and also the birthday wheel on Monday. A reminder also to catch our previous episodes of The Green Hour on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow FM 901 on Instagram and on Facebook. Leaving you with some Adele. May your news be good news.